Namaste, dear friends, and welcome once again to Wise Women's Wednesday. It requires courage to be wise. The fear of corona is spreading more than the coronavirus itself. And somebody in India came up with this idea that taking arsenicum album and influenzium could help prevent this virus. Now I started getting texts, phone calls, messengers saying, "Hey Dr. Priya, do you have these remedies? Can you give it to us? Can we take it? Can we prevent this virus?" And I said, "No, I don't believe in these things," which upset a few people. So today I'm going to give you the science behind the no, because homeopathy is a scientific art of healing. You see, when one virus or organism affects a large community, we say an epidemic has started. When an epidemic starts, because the causating factor being common, it throws up some similar patterns of signs and symptoms. A good homeopath is able to understand the finer shades of these signs and symptoms and come up with a common drug for most people affected by it. This is called as genus epidemicus. This genus epidemicus can also sometimes help prevent the spread of this virus in the epidemic region. This is what homeopathy believes in. But for this, the homeopath has to be at the site where the epidemic is happening. Because in homeopathy, it is very important to understand the finer shades of signs and symptoms. Now you tell me, the body who prescribed arsenicum album and influenza, did the homeopaths from there fly down to China to be in the region where the epidemic has started and is growing? To understand the finer nuances, to come up with this genus epidemicus, arsenicum album and influenza? Did they not base their analysis on hearsay or symptoms and signs which came through the media, TV, news about what the patients were saying back there in China? Then isn't it a hazy picture on which they have based their analysis? From there, if they say they can prevent the coronavirus, is it scientific? Doesn't it give a false sense of security then? Would you want to then stay in this false sense of security? Wouldn't it be far more better then to boost your immunity such that you can fight any infection, common cold or corona? And what can you do to boost your immunity? I have been sharing videos which tell you how to boost your immunity. Other government bodies, hospitals have also been urging you to do things to prevent the virus and to boost your immunity. But what can homeopathy do? Well, homeopathy has a constitutional remedy which we sometimes call as an immunity boosting medicine, which your homeopath can give you to keep your immunity abreast and tuned in. For that, you will have to visit your homeopath, and then she will give you the right dose of your constitutional medicine in the right potency and the right repetition. That she can do because she understands your case in full details. There is no copy-paste in homeopathy. Homeopathy believes in understanding the fine strands or fine shades of differences between signs and symptoms. On that note, I'm going to remind you once again what the founding father of homeopathy, Samuel Christian Hahnemann, said. He said, "Dare to be wise. To be wise requires courage. Just having information and knowledge is not enough. You need to take your information, analyze and assimilate it, and then decide what you want to do." So dear people, don't let fear take control. Be wise, be courageous, be strong. Thank you.